Hi, welcome to my channel Zazaline. My name is Janeta, and in today's tutorial we are going to be working on this cute bag. It's not too small, not too big, just well, it's a little bigger than I usually make, and it has two pockets on the outside, three pockets on the inside, so five pockets in total. And this is the first time we actually made piping on this channel, so I will show you how to do the piping. It's optional, you can skip it, you don't have to do it if you don't feel comfortable. And it has three pockets on inside, so it's three slip pockets. It is fully lined. There are no raw edges, and in the back it is pretty plain. And for this bag I was using velvet and cotton, so it is nice and soft. And it has adjustable strap. What else can I tell you? I will show you how it looks when I put it on. So this is it. That's how it looks. The strap is adjustable. You can make it smaller, bigger, and yeah, so it has the two pockets, and they are independent pockets. So they are not connected. They are two different pockets kind of overlapping each other. Let's get started. So as always, let's go over the things that we will need for this project, and that is the strap, or you can make your own. Piping, this is optional, you don't have to. Zipper, this is for adjustable strap. Then we will need three zipper pulls and the actual pattern, and the pattern you can find on zazalinestudio.com. So before we start, we have to do a little bit of interfacing. So we are gonna grab C and A. So we have two pieces for the panel A, and I was using, or I am using, the fleece interfacing. So this is fusible fleece. So on one side you have kind of, I don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of like a glue dots, and I will interface this to the external panel. So we are doing two on the A and we are doing one on C. And so we are always interfacing on the exterior panel, not the lining. The lining doesn't need to be interfaced. Okay, so there we have our three pieces interfaced, and you probably noticed that I usually make my interfacing a little bit smaller, just so we don't have the seams too thick. So let's start on the front pocket. So we are gonna take one of the A panel, and don't forget you are gonna cut it on fold, so it's gonna be twice as big. So let's take one of them, and we also take the small piece that we have, and that's the see-through interfacing. And what we are gonna do, we will just trace the image. So let me just put it in half, and it doesn't have to be exact, but somewhere around here, somewhere in the middle. And we are just gonna trace the image on this see-through interfacing. Okay, and just a little note, we are gonna do it on the other side, not on the glue side. So this is the side that has a little glues, and that's gonna stick to the fabric. This is on the other side, the smooth sides, and we are gonna do two. So you are just basically gonna put it in the middle and trace it, and we will do it twice. Okay, so now we are gonna grab the D panel, which is the front pocket. So we need two of the front pocket lining, and I already did one, so we are gonna put the wrong side of the lining up. So this is the wrong side, this is the good side. We are working on the wrong side, and we will take this traced image, and we are gonna place it on top of the lining, the wrong side up. The glue dots will be facing the wrong side of the lining, and we are just gonna run it with hot iron and fuse the interfacing to the fabric. Okay, so this is how it should look like. We have two on the wrong side. This is the good side, and now we are gonna take one. We will take the it doesn't matter because we have two pieces and they're identical, so it doesn't matter, you just grab one. And now let's do a little prep work so we know where to place the zipper. You can wing it and you can do it your own, that's fine. If you want to follow this pattern, then let's line it up so it's where it's supposed to be. We are gonna take some kind of marker and we are gonna go in the corners and we will make a little dot in here, making sure that it's gonna show on the other side. And then we will do a dot here in the corners. Let me just zoom in a little bit more so you can see. So dot, dot. And then on the other side, we see the dots. We are just gonna place them here. So then we know where to place this pocket. And now you can just, this can help you if you just place it like this and you know where the lines are. So it's gonna be right in here. So this is the right placement. We can take our little pins and let's pin it in place, secure it from both sides, because now we are gonna go back to the machine and we are gonna trace this rectangle. Okay, so this is how it should look like. You have nice sharp corners, you can backstitch, and now we are gonna remove the pins, and we will take sharp scissors. We will fold this in a half, and we just want to do a little cut in the middle here, just so we can get in there. And now we will cut all the way here. And you want to get as close to the corners as possible without snipping the threads. Okay, so this is a little triangle. Yeah, just following the lines. There we go. So now we are gonna put this inside and we will flip the whole thing inside. Okay, now we will take it to the ironing station and we are gonna press down and make sure we have a nice clean window. Okay, there we go. So we just want to have a nice clean window. So this is how it looks on the other side. The hot iron is gonna really help you. So just press down and we want to manage the fabric so it's easier for us later on. Now we are gonna grab one of the shorter zippers. We have two, and I have prepared my zipper pull with a little tassel. And so I'm gonna place it in now. So you just open it up a little bit. And let me know if you want me to show you how to make the tassel. This one is made. I just made it. So let me know and I can make a video how to make the tassel. And let's put it somewhere in the middle. Okay. And so now what we will do, let's prep the zipper so it's easier. And again, if you don't have this double-sided tape, that's okay, but it's gonna help. And I usually put it on the very end. Okay, excellent. Now, what we want is this zipper is gonna be facing up. So the top of the zipper facing up. And we are gonna place it on the bottom, somewhere in the middle. There we go. And you press down. Okay, then we have the top one, and we will do the same thing with the top. And then very simple. Okay, let's put the tassel through so it's not sticking there. And then we will place the top on. So let's make sure it's right in the middle. And then we are gonna go to the sewing machine and we are gonna do a nice rectangle. Okay, so this is how it looks like. And we have the opening here. Now we will flip it on the other side and we will finish up this pocket. So we are gonna bring the bottom up and we are just gonna go around and we will seal the pockets from all three sides. So we are gonna go this way, and this way. Just make sure you lift it up on the sides. Okay, so once we closed it, now let's just cut out the excess. Okay, this might be sticking out a little bit, so let's make it even. And this is sticking out a little. Okay, so that's it. So that is one pocket done. We are gonna do the same one in this area. Okay, so I just made the 4 marks, the same like before, so then we know where we are gonna place it, and we will do exactly the same thing. We are gonna go this way, okay, because the pockets are gonna be inside, not outside, but they are gonna go towards this side. So the marks are here. We will do the same, so we will place it so we know it's about here and about here. Excellent. And the same thing, we will pin it on one side, on the bottom. And now this time, make sure that this is not in a way. So we will fold it and maybe pin it just so it doesn't get in a way, and by mistake we don't, because we want to have 2 independent pockets and we don't want this pocket to be sewn to this one. So yeah, so this pocket is gonna go this way and this way, so both pockets will be kind of facing inside. Okay, and there we go. We have 2 pockets and they are 2 independent pockets facing inside. So when we open it up, it's a nice big wide pocket and they are both independent. So there we go. We can put this on a side. Okay. So now the step is optional, and that's to add the piping. I already have something that is prepared. There is a cord and it's wrapped around fabric. So you can make your own and you can buy it. It's quite inexpensive. And but you can just skip this step. I will add the piping now. So what I'm gonna do, I will place it this way. So we want this cord to be facing inside, and I'm just gonna clip it in place and go all around and just sew this piece to this external fabric, and I will do both sides. So I will do this one and I will also do this one. Okay, so there we have both panels done, and let's move on to the next step. Okay, so we are gonna grab a B panel, and that's the inside pocket. And again, we will cut it on fold, so it's gonna be twice as long. And we are gonna just make very simple slip pockets, multiple pockets. So let's place the good sides are going together, and we will very simply go around. We are gonna leave a little opening and then go around. So this way, and little opening here. So I'm gonna put clips here so I don't forget. Okay, so now once we are done, we left a little opening here in the middle, but before we flip it inside out, we will cut the corners. I'm just gonna reduce the bulk. Good. And now we can do some flipping. So just flip it inside out and then take it to the ironing station, and we will give it a nice press. Okay, so once we ironed it and we have a nice flat piece, I actually divided the piece into 3 equal parts. So each one is about 575 inches long, which would be, I'll tell you in centimeters, about 14.5 centimeters. So you just want to make, it doesn't have to be exact, but you want to have 3 equal parts. So or you can make one a little bigger and 2 smaller. It's up to you how you want the pockets to be wide. So anyways, we are now gonna go and make a little fold. So it's gonna be about a centimeter fold. I don't know if you can see that. So about a centimeter wide fold, and we will do it from both sides. And then we clip it in place, and we will do the same thing here. And just make sure that the opening is on the bottom. And again, a nice about 1 centimeter. It could be a little bit more than 1 centimeter. So the pocket is a little bit deeper, wider, so we can fit things in and clip it. Okay, and I'm gonna clip it here. I can actually remove the pin, and I will clip them from both sides. Okay, I'm just gonna put smaller clips on the top so I remember which side I have to sew on. So let's bring the lining here, and so it's gonna be sitting somewhere in here, and this is good. You want to have enough space from the edge here, and you don't want to put it too high up. So I would do it somewhere in the middle. This would be good. So now we will secure it with pins. Okay, so that's one side, the other side, just so it doesn't move. Okay, and now we are gonna go to the machine, and we are gonna stitch on the bottom first, and then when the bottom is done, then we will do the sides. Okay, so this is it. The pockets are done almost. So now what we will do, we will place this right in the middle, these pins, and we will go back and we just want to secure it in the middle. So yeah, so we will go back and we are just gonna sew from this side to the middle line. And when we are at the top, we want to back stitch. Okay, there we go, and we have nice 3 pockets done. So we can put this on a side. Okay, so now we are gonna take the other lining, and this is the C panel, and again it's cut on fold, so it's gonna be twice as big, and we are gonna make midlines. So let's do a little snip here and a little snip here. And I already did my midline on here. So now we are gonna place the good sides together. We are gonna line up the notches on the bottom. And we will go all around. And we just want to attach this bottom, which is the gusset. Actually, it's the gusset. That's the right word to call it. And we will go all the way to the top. And we will just take it to the machine and we will attach this bottom gusset to the lining. So we are gonna go from here all the way there. Okay, so once this side is done, we are gonna do exactly the same thing on this part. So again, we are gonna find the midline and we will attach the other, or we will attach this part to here. So again, we want to make sure the good sides are facing each other. We will line up the notches. And we are going to attach this gusset to the other side. Okay, there we go. We have done it on both sides. So we can put this on the side and we are going to work on the main panel now. Now we are gonna work on the top zipper. So we are gonna do half and half. So let's take one piece and now we are gonna attach this piece to this outer part. Okay, so let's make sure that the zipper teeth, the good side, is down. Okay, and we are gonna go a little bit over. You want to make sure there's enough space, and we will just clip this in place. Usually when I have a sharp curve, I cut the zipper a little bit, but this is not really a sharp curve, so we should be okay. Maybe we will do a few tiny little cuts here, and the end right there, just so it helps a little bit. And I do them on a side, kind of on an angle. Maybe a few here. Okay, there we go. Okay, and I can do the same thing here. So just tiny little cuts, nothing too deep, just so it helps us with the curve. And we are gonna go to the machine and we are just gonna do the very end, the edge, so a few millimeters from the top. We don't want to go all the way to the zipper. We will do that later. Okay, so there we have it. This is how it looks on the other side. Make sure you don't get the pockets in the zipper. And now we are gonna grab the other side and we will do the same thing. And again, we want to make sure the zipper teeth, the good side is gonna go down. And as before, we are gonna do tiny little cuts. Okay, so now once we are done with the zipper, we are gonna place the gusset on the bottom. So let's find the midline on both sides. We will do a tiny little snip here at the end, just so we can see where the midline is, and the same here. So we will find it on all 3 parts. Is it visible? Okay, so let's go with the outer or the external panel first, because that's a little more challenging because of these pockets here. So what I'm gonna do, I will clip them in place so we actually don't sew over them. And now let's find the midline, and you want to place the good sides together. So good sides facing each other, and let's just place these. And then we are gonna go around and we will attach the gusset. So we are gonna go and we will try to get as close to the piping as possible. If you don't have piping, that's okay. You can do 1 centimeter, 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. Okay, just a little note, you want to keep the zipper out of it, okay? So you are going maybe up to here, but we are not gonna cross the zipper because we still have to add the zipper pull in. So just keep this out of the way, at least on one side. Okay, so now once we have this part done, we will do the other part, and it's going to be exactly the same thing. So you want to put the good sides together. We are going to attach the midlines, and then we will clip it all around and go back to the machine and do exactly the same thing. Okay, and again, a little reminder, we are not gonna be sewing over across the zipper. We want to make sure the zipper stays out of the way, and we are just gonna connect these 2 panels, but the zipper has to be out of the way because we are gonna put the zipper pull in. Okay, so once you are done, you can flip it inside out, and so you can check the piping, or if you didn't do it, that's okay. But we want to make sure that we cut it all, and if we did, that's great. If not, we have to go back in and just do maybe 1 more layer. Usually, I go around twice, especially on the bottom of the bag. Yeah, so this is what we have so far. Okay, so now I attached the zipper pull. So you want to make one side. If one side, like the zipper is a little bit longer, if the piping is extending, you just cut it and you make sure that this side is starting at the same. You cut the zipper, you put the zipper pull in, and we want to make sure that it's closing right, that everything is even. Before we move to the next step. So everything looks good on my side. Now you see I have like one side bigger, like I have a big mess in here. So I'm just gonna cut everything, make it nice and even. And then I will, we will put the lining in. So let's just make sure that on both sides we have it nice and even, the zipper fits, everything is as it should be before we proceed to the next step. Okay, and once we make it nice and even on both sides, then we are gonna remove the zipper. And we will take our lining and we will place it. Just a little note, there has to be an opening anywhere in the lining. It doesn't matter if it's on the bottom, but there must be opening, and about, I usually do about 8, 7, 8, when I have a bigger bag, about 8 inches. And now we want this pocket to be on this side because we already have pockets here. So let's just put it in. Okay, so when we are clipping the lining in the place, we want to make sure the zipper is down. So you have it like this, and you don't want to sew over it, so the zipper will go down. If you want, you can maybe be careful so you don't poke yourself after, but we will keep it in place here. Okay, on both sides the zipper goes down, and then we will clip this in place. Okay, so you should have it clipped all around, and you can actually place the lining a little bit higher up. It doesn't have to be exactly the same. We want the lining to be slightly smaller because when you put it in, we don't want like a baggy lining. So that's just a little tip. So now we are gonna go around, make sure the zippers that we have on the sides here, they are tucked in. We don't want to sew over them. And we should have one side somewhere. Where is it? I have it on this side. It should be open. So we have we can turn the bag inside out. And just a little reminder again, we do want to get as close to the zipper as possible. So if you have a zipper for it, you want to get as close to the zipper as possible. You go all around. Okay, so once you are done, through this hole, you are gonna flip it inside out. You will tuck it in. You want to make sure that the zipper is even on all the sides. And very important, at least on one side, you need to have the exposed zippers so you can actually put the zipper pull in. And so once we are done, we are gonna close down this gap. So the iron is gonna help you. We will close it up and just sew it up. Okay, there we go. So once you close the gap, you go inside. Oh, I still see a little thread in here hanging. We will push it in, and the lining is done. It's a nice wide open bag. It's on a bigger size. And now what we will do is we are gonna go all around, and we are gonna top stitch, and you go all around. Make sure that the lining is inside. We will expose the zipper, and we will top stitch around. So once we are done, with the stop stitching, we are gonna attach the zipper pull on the side, and we will start on the right side because this is how we close it, this is how we open it. So let's just put the zipper on. And so once you put the zipper in, you want to take it out on the other side. So we want to have this whole thing closed. And then we are gonna go back in, and we will place the zipper back in. So we have to kind of do it twice because we want both sides to be closed. It's gonna be easier to sew that way. There we go, and we will bring it somewhere in the middle. So this is what we want to end up with. We want to have it closed on both sides, and the zipper will be in the middle. The head is facing to the left because this is how we close it, this is how we open it. Now we are gonna grab E panel, and we have 4 pieces, and they are cut a mirror image. Okay, so what we are gonna do, we will place them the good side in, and before we do that, we will need a little piece of strap. So I have about 4 inches here. You can do 4 or 5, it doesn't matter. And then I have my rectangle, and we are gonna place it in between here. Make sure that it's in the middle, so you're not gonna hit it with your zipper foot. And we can put it a little bit higher up. Clip it in place. And what we are gonna do is we are gonna do here, we will do a few times back and forth, and then we are gonna do 1 centimeter on each side. Okay, so when you're gonna pull it out inside out, this is how it's gonna turn out. And now, so this just doesn't, it's not too loose. We are gonna go back to the machine and we are gonna do a tiny little line here to secure the rectangle. Okay, so now once we secured it in place, we are gonna secure or prepare the side. So this is what we want it to look like. So you flatten it and you just stitch across. We will do the same thing here. We will flatten it, make sure you put your fingers in, and we are just gonna stitch across. Okay, so now we are gonna attach this piece to here, but we have to prep it. So I have my double-sided tape, and I will put it at the very edge, and I will do it on both sides because that's gonna help me to keep the edges inside, because we don't want to have any raw edges showing. So let's just attach this, make sure it's there properly, and then we will hopefully it's gonna attach. There we go. Let's do one side. So we are gonna do a little bit, about 1 centimeter. You will do a fold, 1 centimeter fold, and let's do the same on here. Yeah, you have to make sure that it's properly attached. Sometimes it doesn't want to. Oh, there we go. And the same thing. So we are gonna do about 1 centimeter. Okay. And then once we have that, we will attach it to our one side. And then once it's in, you can either use your clips or pins, and we are gonna go across, and we just want to secure it right in here. Okay, so the one side is done, and now we have to do the other one, and we have to attach this strap. So we are gonna do exactly the same thing on this one. We are gonna place it on the inside like a sandwich. We are gonna go around on 3 sides. We are gonna flip it the good side out, and then we will attach it on the other side. Okay, so just a little note, I go back and forth a few times, and then when I open it up like this, I pull out these corners. They're gonna be nice and round. And then just to help it with the flipping, I will place it like this and cut it so it's nice and even. Just like this. And then you can take this apart, and when you are flipping it over, you will kind of overlap it, and that's gonna help. And the same thing here. So I will open it up a little bit, and when I fold it, I will overlap it. Just like that. Okay. And I will just put a little bit of this double-sided tape here. Okay, so when you have it nicely folded, you are just gonna attach it right in here. And you want to make sure you put it this way. So if you have a strap, make sure it's facing the nice side out. And we are almost done. We just want to push this in as much as we can. We will secure it with clips, take it to the machine, and we are gonna sew here a few times. Okay, so once we are done inserting these ends and covering the raw edges, now all we have left is the strap, and we are gonna make it adjustable. Okay, so we want to place it over the bar, so this way, and over the bar down. So this is what we have. Now we are gonna go on this side. We will go under. And let me just clean up this. And usually what I do, I seal it, so we don't see the little pieces coming out. Okay, now we will go back to this bar. We will loosen it up. And now we will go under and under, just like so. So we have one big loop, and then we have a smaller loop. I don't know if you can see that. And then we will, let's make this a little bit bigger, because we will fold this under and attach it. And you have few options how you can do it. If you have rivets, you can just place 2 rivets in here so it looks nice, or you can just go over with stitching, top stitching, just to secure it in place. And you can make a little square, cross, or you can just go twice. You can do 2 lines. Okay, so I just made a little rectangle and cross in the middle for extra security, and this is it. We are done. We have a nice adjustable strap. This bag is gonna hold quite a few things. When we open it up, it's quite large bag with some external pocket or internal pockets and 2 pockets on the side, and they are quite deep, so they are independent from each other. So there we go. Well, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. You can comment below, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.